What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode on the #inspireyoutoo channel. Now today's topic that I want to talk about is, do successful people stumble? Now the reason why I want to talk about this topic was I found that this was the main reason why I felt that I was hesitating or resisting making a new video this time around. Because if you enjoy what you do, you should have no problem doing it, right? And if you do find there are problems doing it, you have to look at the core reason why. And for me, the core reason was because I was always afraid of whether my next video could be as good as the old one. Whether that next video would be the worst one I've made yet. How do I maintain a high standard of videos all the time? I realized I was seeking perfection. And this fear, this pressure, caused me to think about, do successful people stumble? So first off, let's talk about perfection. Have you ever met a successful person who has never failed? No. Have you ever met a successful person who has never slipped up? No. We all assimilate perfection to these superstars that we know in the world. Steve Jobs, Jack Ma, Cristiano Ronaldo, Lionel Messi, Ed Sheeran, Bill Gates, Dan Brown. All these big names seem to appear to us as perfection, because they've managed to obtain that level of status where everything they do seems to be great. However, if you look into greater details in their career, you notice that even they had their blips, even they had their mistakes, and even they had their setbacks. Say for example, Usain Bolt. Not every run he makes is a world record setter, but he still makes those great runs once in a while. How about Ed Sheeran? He's come up with album after album after album, but how many of the songs are actual hits? Not all of them are the number one on the radio sport stations. You also have Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. How many of his movies have actually been hits? And how many of his movies have actually been subpar? And the list goes on. We look at Warren Buffett, and not every trade that he makes is a right trade all the time. Dan Brown. And you'll notice that not all of his books are as famous or as big as the Da Vinci Code. So it's not really perfection, but it's the status that we give them that allows us to see them in the light of perfection. So in other words, do successful people really stumble? Yeah, they do. But one key thing about them is their perception of stumbling, their perception of faltering, their perception of making mistakes. My dear friend Hyder from the High Flyer Nation shared with me that a key thing about entrepreneurs and their mindset is that when businesses succeed and then fall, forcing them to close down, it's just part of the cycle. Entrepreneurs don't see that as a failure. Entrepreneurs don't see that as a regret that their business had to close. Instead, it was just part of the game, accepting that what goes up must come down. So it's the perception you give into making these mistakes. My dear friend Chen also shares in his videos, instead of seeking for perfection, you should seek for progression. Progression in the sense where you know where you are right now and you seek to make one step forward, one step higher. You don't have to aim for perfection straight away, because it's a journey to get there. But what you can do is you can seek for progression. Take it one step at a time. And as a bonus, here's 5 things to do when you find yourself coming up against the pressure of perfection. 1. Give it your best shot always. Whenever you have to do a task, whenever you have to deliver a job, whenever you have something to do, always give it your best shot. You never know if you get a second chance, but at least in this one chance that you have, you know you've given it your best. Number 2, consistency is key. No matter what you do, keep trying at it. Be consistent, be disciplined, keep trying. Even if it means making 1,000 mistakes, even if it means making the same mistake again, learn from it, move forward, and be consistent, because that's when you know you've kept trying, you've kept improving, and you're moving to a better place. Number 3, take comfort in the fact that even the best fall down sometimes. As I mentioned and gave examples, so many of them also face the same situations that we are in. Even the best make mistakes, even the best fall down. And that's okay. What's important is how you perceive these mistakes and how you move forward with them. Number 4, seek progression, not perfection. Each time that you find yourself hesitating to make a move because of the idea and pressure of perfection, take one step at a time. Make one move. Push yourself just one small tiny step and watch as that slowly goes on and on and on and builds momentum. And 5, last but not least, believe in what you do. No matter what happens, no matter how many mistakes you've made, no matter how many times you've tried, you have to believe that you can do it. The moment that you don't believe you can do it, that's when it becomes a bigger mountain to climb. So change that mindset, perceive it in the right way, switch it into a positive mindset, and then go forth.